right, 11:40 on the clock, folks. Meteorologist Mario Ruiz joining me at the desk. Mario, in our last hit, you said most of that rain has moved out that we were dealing with earlier. Now just cloudy, just a day.
Exactly. I've been looking for the right word, and it's not a word, it's a
just,
sound.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. That's how today is going to be. It's going to be partly to mostly cloudy. Our temperatures are going to be in the mid-80s, and we'll have an isolated thunderstorm here and there, but most of us will stay dry.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and show you satellite and radar. Here's where that cloud cover is. It's taking up a big portion of North Texas over the last 6 hours. That's what this loop is showing. You can see some thunderstorms just south of Abilene, even some light showers kind of pushing south of DFW, but now looking at drier conditions. I wanted to point something out because I pointed this out in the last half hour, but here's another outflow, and this is an outflow that's going to eventually pop up a thunderstorm. This is very common this time of the year where we have these decaying storms and kind of let off some outflows. And when it gets warm enough, these outflows can act as a lifting mechanism to pop up some showers and storms. And that's where our very small percentage of coverage for rain comes for this afternoon. Right now, DFW showing kind of conditions, temperature of 77 degrees right now. And as far as our dew points go, remember that's a measure of moisture, still in the mid-60s, still quite uncomfortable out. I'm expecting this number to lower over the weekend. Wind right now is out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and it'll stay that way all day. Temperature still climbing today, about 81 degrees at 3, 83 degrees at 5, and 80 degrees around 7. There's your low coverage of rain, about 20% through most of the day. It goes up just a tad around 4 and 5 in the afternoon. That's because our temperatures are climbing. The hottest part of the day is generally when we can see some pop-up storms. Temperatures overall stay in the mid-80s across much of North Texas. The exception will be some counties southwest of DFW. That's where we'll see upper 70s. That's just where the cloud cover will be the most dense. We do have the potential for some storms again tonight, and that's where our marginal risk for severe weather comes. This is for our far western counties. The potential for strong winds and large hail there, but the threat is very low. That's where we will likely see the storms. The more east these storms go, they'll start to break apart, they'll decay. A few of us may see some isolated thunderstorms by tomorrow morning. So again, this afternoon, along some of the outflows, this is around 5, 6, now 7 in the evening, we can see some of these pop-up thunderstorms. That's where that 20% to 30% coverage comes in. But tonight, look at these storms. Again, very similar to the last couple of nights. We see these thunderstorms coming into our western counties. The more east they move, they start to decay. This is around 6 in the morning on Thursday. Let me show you 8 in the morning. You see that cluster of storms kind of taking a dip towards the south, and we start to see just a few showers across the area. Look at this. Midday on Thursday, maybe a few lingering showers, but otherwise we're not looking at impressive rain coverage at all. After tonight, we're not seeing the complexes of storms building in from the west. The rain potential afterwards is now coming from your general afternoon thunderstorms that pop up. Now, this is going to go up slightly next week. We'll have a little more moisture to work with, a little more heat to work with. So that'll be something that we are watching. So most of Memorial Day, it's actually going to be dry. And like I mentioned, it'll feel slightly drier because our dew points are expected to drop in the 50s. So that'll make it feel a little bit more comfortable for us, but our temperatures are climbing into the upper 80s. Here's that 10-day forecast. I want to point out the rain coverage. Once again tonight into tomorrow morning, we may see some western counties again see some rain Friday morning, but most of us staying dry. That 10% coverage in the afternoon Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Better chance for rain next week.